Lesnar.
Two muscular giants and two distinct martial arts styles collide in the ring. Facing off are Bolo Yeung and Brock Lesnar, both armed with steel-like muscles and deadly techniques from their respective disciplines. But the big question is, who will still be standing when the fight is over?
With one of the strongest men in the mixed martial arts world. It is all over! Wow! Lesnar is the...
When it comes to a real fight, Bolo should never be underestimated by Lesnar. As both a film industry colleague and close friend of the legendary Bruce Lee, Bolo has plenty of experience in martial arts, especially Kung Fu. He began training in Kung Fu at the young age of 10, which eventually led to him starring alongside Bruce Lee in several films. On top of that, his perfectly sculpted muscles, honed through years as a professional bodybuilder, make every Kung Fu move he delivers not just powerful, but deadly. Standing at 5 feet 6 inches tall and built like a tank, Bolo was capable of lifting weights up to 700 pounds. As someone deeply immersed in the world of MMA, facing off against a close friend of Bruce Lee would likely be an honor for Lesnar. This fight would serve as a true test of the skills he's developed throughout his MMA career. Combined with his background in wrestling, Lesnar would bring a powerful mix of techniques, especially when the fight moves to the ground. Standing tall at 6 feet 3 inches and weighing in at 285 pounds, Lesnar clearly has the advantage on paper. And with rock-solid muscles covering his entire frame, there's no question that his raw strength is something that should never be taken lightly. So with both fighters bringing such impressive physical strength, skills, and experience to the ring, who would come out on top? In terms of fight analysis, Bolo would clearly have the upper hand in a stand-up battle, thanks to his fast, precise, and powerful punches and kicks. If Bolo can keep the fight standing and continue to deliver deadly strikes to Lesnar, there's a real chance he could walk away with the win. On top of that, as a Kung Fu practitioner, Bolo is known for exceptional balance and flexibility, two qualities that could help him avoid takedowns and maintain distance throughout the match. But as a former UFC champion, taking down an opponent, even one with excellent balance and flexibility, wouldn't be a major challenge for Lesnar. His years of experience in wrestling would give him a huge advantage in bringing Bolo into a ground fight. Even the slightest mistake from Bolo could become the perfect opening for Lesnar to execute a takedown. And once that happens, there's no way out for Bolo. He would be forced to submit. Lesnar wouldn't hold back, launching a brutal ground and pound assault that would end with a submission finish. So in the end, it all comes down to this. Bolo would have a clear advantage if he could maintain a standing fight until the final bell. Nightmare scenario, forcing Bolo to submit in a matter of moments. Unfortunately, these two legends have never faced each other to truly test their skills. Even so, we can still look to past matchups between Kung Fu practitioners and MMA fighters to get a sense of how such a battle might play out.
好，负起击打后脑。
In the fight between MMA fighter Xu Xiaodong and Kung Fu practitioner Ding Hao, we saw how the two exchanged strikes. But each time Ding Hao attempted a jab, Xu Xiaodong was quick to counter with a takedown.
比赛开始了。哦。好，到底来了。好，这一拳确实很快啊。
And after repeatedly getting back up, Ding Hao eventually collapsed, brought down by a powerful jab from Xiaodong.
这是一个里程啊，击倒，不要再打了，不要再打了，不要再打了。 好。
In the end, the Kung Fu practitioner was forced to accept defeat after a relentless barrage of uppercuts from Xiaodong. Another surprising fight can also be seen in this video, where a Kung Fu practitioner faces off against an MMA fighter. At the start of the match, the Kung Fu practitioner appeared to impress the audience with his strikes and defensive moves. But just seconds into the fight, the Kung Fu practitioner was forced to accept defeat after taking a kick that knocked him down. Here's another quick fight between a Kung Fu practitioner and an MMA fighter. Even before the match began, the Kung Fu practitioner held his stance so firmly that the referee had to step in and warn him. But once the fight started, the MMA fighter quickly executed a takedown, followed by a series of ground and pound strikes, and finished it off with a submission. And as you can see, the MMA fighter's submission technique left the Kung Fu practitioner completely helpless, struggling to get back on his feet. The next fight once again brings an MMA fighter face to face with a Kung Fu practitioner in the ring. But in this match, the Kung Fu practitioner appeared completely outmatched, unable to put up a fight against the MMA opponent. After taking repeated hits that eventually knocked him down, the referee stepped in to stop the fight, declaring the MMA fighter the winner.
比赛结束，比赛结束了。回去，医生。